The General Dynamics F-16 Fighting Falcon was an innovative aircraft for its time. The negative stability of the aircraft, which was unlike many other aircraft, allowed it to deviate from normal flight patterns in normal straight and level flight, as other aircraft had a tendency to return to straight and level flight after the pilot stopped inputting controls. This aircraft was designed by General Dynamics after they were awarded a contract by the government, and it cost $38 million to produce the first prototype. A competition at the Air Force Flight Test Center, the F-16 was the winner and declared by the Secretary of the Air Force. By 1976, production started, and more testing was done on a supersonic flight. It was determined that the aircraft needed a Pratt & Whitney F100PW200 turbofan engine, giving it more power than the previous engine that was used. This engine, which is the only engine on the airplane, is the single heaviest component of the aircraft, and it also gives it inherent instability to deviate from those normal flight patterns because it's on the aircraft's center line. There isn't there has been other designs with engines in the center line of the aircraft, but because it is so light, it was figured that it wouldn't work out for the F-16. In 1980, the F-16 received full operational status at Hill Air Force Base. The F-16 has been produced since the late 70s and is still being produced and exported to many countries. Countries such as Denmark, Belgium, Chile, Norway, Portugal, United Arab Emirates, and quite a few other countries, and also NATO countries, have the F-16 in their military, adding to their military's modernness and ability to fight off other air forces and ground attack missions. The F-16 is cheaper than a lot of bombers, and it is nuclear capable. So, with a few F-16s, a country can defend itself that is surrounded by other hostile nations, such as in the Middle East or even in Eastern Europe. Tank-busting munitions were added to the F-16's arsenal after upgrades were made in the middle 80s. The AGM-65 Maverick, which is used on the F-14 Tomcat and the A-10 Thunderbolt, is an excellent tank-busting munition that was never thought could be capable of putting on a light fighter aircraft. In addition to the F-16's air-to-air role, which is supplementing and escorting and supplementing the F-15, the F-16 has the ability to attack ground targets. Its 20mm Falcon cannon, which has been time-tested and used since the late 50s, also is a great asset to the F-16. The F-16 wouldn't be anything without its AIM-20 AMRAAM missile either. This radar-locking missile has great range, up to even 100 miles, some say. The innovative design of the AIM-7 Sidewinder missiles are high off-bore sight, meaning they're on each wingtip, so the helmet on the actual pilot helps target an aircraft's heat source, and it's not always the missile itself. The helmet also can detect radar, so its radar homing missiles can be used on the helmet. The F-16's ACE-2 ejection seat has a 30-degree angle of tilt, which aids the pilot in high G maneuvers. The side stick and fly-by-wire on this aircraft are also innovative. The fly-by-wire helps the pilot control without, it's not connected to the aileron and the rudder, so the flight computer can help the pilot maneuver without any control loss. So basically, the F-16 flies the pilot. The pilot doesn't always necessarily fly the F-16. The F-16 also has a side stick, which is not that common on fighter aircraft.